You know, he's drunk, but he's got a
Wait,
point.
wait. Say something again, Kev.
Turn it off and on again.
Okay, now Dave, say something.
Saying something.
All right, we're good.
Okay.
Brilliant. Okay, let's get on with this. This was ostensibly a Company Heroes 2 based Big Red Ramble. It turned into a bit of a Twitch nightmare. But this is our first episode. There's going to be teething problems. We're back.
We are.
I am Kev. Below me here in the screen is Pac-Man.
What's going on, everybody?
And if he points down as well, then he can point down towards Dave. Everything will be cool.
I don't have anybody to point at, so I'm just going to point at my big Russian bolt-action rifle, which we'll probably see in this game if your details up high enough.
Yeah. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is go to where I am in the campaign. I'm not very far into this. Straight up, not very far in. I'm playing on easy because it has been a long time since I played a relic game.
Yeah, you gotta play on easy.
These goddamn things are scary.
Play on easy? What is playing on easy? What a... Wow.
You shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, Dave.
I'd expected at least normal.
One of my favourite things about this stream is that the way it looks to the observer is that when I look down at my penis, I'm actually looking at you two. There's something comforting about that.
There's something comforting about the idea that your penis might look like me. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah. That's why I go to bed every night saying, "Night, Pac-Man."
You know, if you could just look a little more like Pac-Man, I think we'd do better.
Everyone wants a half ginger penis.
That's it. Alright, here we are. I can't remember what's going on, but apparently I've got an artillery gun. I like those. So I'm going to send that in first. Pac-Man, do you want to... I'm going to play the game a bit. Do you want to talk a little bit about Company Heroes 2? Because you finished the campaign.
I did. The campaign is... I think one of the things that a lot of people loved about the first one, and I mean everything about Company Heroes 2 is basically just a refinement of what Company Heroes 1 is. There's not a lot that's hugely different, but this campaign is the entire campaign is all Soviet. So I think the first mission has you bringing in supplies into Stalingrad, and then there's just a bunch of different missions with the first couple missions are the Russians basically on the retreat from the Germans, which is accurate, and then to the later half of the campaign it's the Soviets turning the tides and ending up pushing all the way to Berlin, which is pretty sweet. But the big thing that people will notice about the campaign, and one of the things that I think people have realized makes it a little weaker, is the very nature of the Soviet conflict meant the Russians just sent thousands and thousands of bodies into the meat grinder.
Oh yeah.
So when you're playing
in a history class I took, they said they didn't have a lot of rifles or tanks, but they did have a lot of vodka. So let's get these like 50 guys drunk and let them charge a tank.
Oh, yeah. But this whole part of the actual World War was not a nice part.
Well, the thing about the game, though, is a lot of the missions give you free conscripts to continually deploy into the maps. So when you're playing the Soviet campaign, a lot of the missions, you don't really need to be that good. You can just win through sheer throwing bodies into the conflict, which is accurate to history. And it's a cool mechanic, but after you've done it 3 or 4 or 5 different missions, it really takes away from a lot of what made the first Company Heroes campaign fun, is because since the Soviets are just dumping bodies, it's not really all that tactical half the time when you're playing the campaign missions anyway. You just wait till you have 10 squads of conscripts and you just take the point. It doesn't matter how many of them die because you can get more for free.
Do you have to stand behind them like in Enemy at the Gates and shoot them if they turn around? Do you have like a squad of actual soldiers that shoot them if they turn around and run away from the Germans?
Yeah, if you're depending which level you're playing, like when you play the main Battle of Stalingrad and a few others, if you hit retreat, so your guys would normally flee back to headquarters and you get reinforcements, they'll just die. They'll be killed if you retreat during certain periods when you're playing on those maps.
Damn.
And you can lose a lot of guys. Like you get so used to being able to flee and return and get reinforcements that you can accidentally have 3 or 4 squads flee at the same time. And if you do it at the wrong time during those missions, they all die. It doesn't matter if they're veterans or not. But it doesn't really matter. Even if you lost every conscript just gets killed because they flee, you're going to get more and more anyway.
I'm having a terrible time here. I've made some really bad mistakes, and now everyone's dead. I don't know what to do. Everyone's dying. I might have to restart my save.
Isn't this on easy?
Yeah. This is why I'm playing it on easy. It gets complicated. I've messed up a lot. I'm going to reload my save.
Oh, man. This is terrible. This is embarrassing.
I'm sorry, guys. I've let the side down.
Killing me, Kev. You're killing me here.
This is what happens with relic games, man. If you lose concentration for a second, they can really do one on you.
We're doing all the talking. How are you losing concentration? Play the game. Beat the
Because
Germans. You can't let the Nazis win, Kev.
I refuse to let the Nazis win.
Apparently not.
This is a big old loading screen.
Every time you go into a loading screen, the Nazis win. Just saying.
Well, there are no more loading screens.
Is that a personal promise?
Yep, that is my campaign promise. I kind of need a... What I'm realising is that when I started this campaign, everything went a bit wrong. Not unlike it did just then. And now everyone's a bit beaten up, and I haven't actually captured any capture points yet, so I can't heal my dudes. And that's proving to be a bit of a nightmare. I'm going to send some guys around this way this time.
Is there air support?
I don't have air support yet, although I do apparently have some shock troops ready to come in, so I'll bring those guys in now.
Deploy them!
Didn't realise I had an extra team ready to come in. Let's get those guys into cover.
Well, what are you trying to do right now? You're trying to clear out heavy machine gun nests, right?
Sure.
So what you got to do is you got to go around, because your guys are basically walking straight at them. Do you have any grenades or?
Yeah, everyone's got grenades, but everything's out of range at the moment is my issue. I'm gonna lob a grenade in there.
No, Chris Palladino, I do not have a hostage. This is, it's an old Russian rifle. I figured it was fitting since we're about to watch.
Gonna watch some Russians die. While I'm in control of the Russians, everyone will die.
Yeah. Everyone will die.
I'm doing exactly what Russia did. I'm just throwing Russian people at the problem, hoping that it works itself out.
Can you lose the war, or do you just have to restart?
No, you have to restart.
Yeah.
Because I remember this game called Sudden Strike that would piss me off is you could play as the Russians or the Germans. And if you played as the Germans invading, you could win the Battle of Stalingrad and then still somehow lose. Because it was just a series of maps. It's like, okay, you're going to play here, you're going to play here, you're going to play here. But it's like, but I just won the Battle of Stalingrad. I don't think you understand. And, yeah, it blew. Because they kind of just started handicapping you the whole time. It's like, okay, so now you're the Germans, so you were all strong and badass. Now all your tanks for some reason are weak and your troops suck. And I'm like, what?
Man, just look at all the bodies.
Yeah, this will take a few seconds to come through on the stream, but there's a big pile of bodies over it. I'm not in control of those guys. They're going to their own deaths. I hold no responsibility for it.
You're a cold man.
Well, that's the thing about the campaign is it's kind of hokey, and they try to make it a serious campaign. But the in-game built cinematics, when you zoom up really close on these soldiers, they don't look so great. And the campaign story is really sort of cliche World War II Soviet style. You know, it's like, oh, all the evil things they did, and the guy doesn't feel good about it. It's all kind of, you've seen it all before. But there's a lot of missions where they really hammer home what happened to the Soviet and German troops. Like, you see the German troops freeze to death during the winter combat, because the weather in this game is brutal. Like, you can die, you can freeze to death, and you can fall through the ice. You can even have your mortars start mortaring the ice so that when tanks go over it, it'll only take one shot and they'll fall through. You can or you can even you set up these anti-tank mines, and you just put them on the ice, and you can basically stop an entire attack if there's no way for them to get across the ice at you. But I was telling Kev before we started recording that the best part about Company Heroes 2 is actually the Theater of War mode, which is a whole bunch of mini self-contained missions. Like, like the challenge missions in StarCraft or the Spec Op missions in Call of Duty kind of deal. And they're all really unique and tough. And the Soviet side is easier, but when you get to the German side of Theater of War, it's one of the hardest strategy like gameplay I've played in years. It's mercilessly hard, which I can't wait to beat.
I'm playing this on easy and having a hard time, so I'm going nowhere near it for the time being. You shut up, Dave.
What? Just watching you suck. It's okay.
Hey Kev, does your anti-tank anti-tank gun have the ability to barrage?
I'll find out in a sec. Just let me grenade a few dudes, and then I'll tell you about my anti-tank gun. Oh, I'm going to pull some peeps in as well. I've got some peeps ready to go. Keep forgetting about these extra deployments. Anti-tank gun. Attack ground, stop, attack move, and target weak points. So no, not yet.
Punchin', I one day hope to have me one of those PCs that can play some games. But for the moment, I'm poor. I spend way too much money on ammo.
Yeah, those PCs are pretty
This
good.
baby right here. But I hope to someday do that so I too can play the games that they plays. Maybe a PC gamer night. Who knows?
They're good games. What I would like to do for one of these rambles one day, if Pac-Man has it, is like get some co-op Dawn of War 2 on.
Oh yeah, man. RTS is still my favorite genre. I've got still like 70 hours.
Can the internet make that happen? I mean, that's a lot of internet going around.
Yeah,
Because we're streaming, and then we're playing, and then we're connecting, and then we're Skyping, and then we're broadcasting in this little Windows series of windows you see here. That's a lot of internets.
It's alright, I got a lot of internets to spare.
Yeah, I decided to pay out the ass to get unlimited internet here, so turns out it was worth it.
Yeah, I've got a 60 meg roughly connection. I tend to actually get more than that when I'm...
Ooh, that was a
past
nice grenade
peak
throw.
hours. Yeah. Got a decent amount of peeps there. Where are you lot up to? I want you over this. What I'm not liking is how you've got to specifically say to jump over sandbags. I like that they've put the vault in there. It's nice.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like that they don't auto-path over sandbags.
Well, the problem with that is then they would you wouldn't be able to have them auto-click to cover when things go crazy. Because if they automatically jump over everything, then it takes away some of the dynamic effects of how infantry react to getting shot at, right?
Yes.
I was reading. I think it was one of the dev blogs for a couple of years too, where they were talking about trying to balance the ability to jump over things with their cover system and the way AI pathfinding operates. Like one of the worst things about this game is sometimes the tanks get confused in terms of pathfinding when you have like 3 or 4 tanks in a group.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can, or if they get in a tight space, they can take a really sort of stupid way. So you kind of got to micromanage them. But at the same time, if you get smart at micromanaging some of the units in this game, like the Soviets have these little T-70 tanks that basically can't hurt other tanks, but they drive super fast. They can kill any other light unit in the game, and they eat infantry for breakfast.
Uh-huh.
And they're only 160 points, and I think 55 gas. So you can get like 3 or 4 of them out on the map like super quick, and it's just devastating. They're so fun to use if you can micromanage them. But just look at this battlefield. Just look at the map that he's playing on. All of the maps have so much stuff in them, like just for you to play in, like little place. Like he's got the guys in the trench right there. Like some of the maps have multiplayer maps, campaign maps. All of them have so much stuff in them. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, for a game that relies on flanking a lot, because you've got to micromanage flanking really effectively if you're going to beat company heroes. It was the same in the first game, and they really do give you a lot of options on these maps to use to your advantage if you're, quick on the trigger enough to make use of it.
Yeah, well, there's so much stuff going on. Like, there's definitely still bugs in this game, but think about how many little effects, little mechanics, little explosions are going on in every level. It's actually kind of astounding. They've gotten it all to work so well.
I won!
Woohoo!
Thank God it was on easy. We might have been here for a while.
Yeah, right. Oh, I actually started sweating on that one. I
Of
was
course,
taking a
it'd
bit
been
of a
embarrassing
beating.
to
I
start
wasn't
again.
quite happy with the amount of units I was losing.
Ah, you know they're Russian.
And they're gonna shoot this German guy. Boom,
Hey,
boom.
look, that gun is like right here.
I like how the first guy missed him completely.
The reality is though, they probably would have like shot, like stabbed him or something. I doubt they would have wasted the bullets.
Sure.
Oh, they didn't. They weren't short on bullets.
Oh man, they were short on everything in the Battle of Stalingrad.
There
Because
you go.
that's
Got my
where
star.
I think that was Stalingrad right there, wasn't it? Or was it, or maybe that was somewhere else there that mission happened. I can't remember. I can't remember what the first 3 missions were.
Oh, I can't remember. I got my 1 star on easy.
You're 1 star at easy.
Yeah.
That's something that's
Sad,
good is
Kev.
if you play the campaign or theater of war, every kill you get, every tactic you use, you get credit for it. It all applies to your universal game rank. So you don't just have to play multiplayer to level up and get access to more things.
Yeah.
If you just play a lot of single player and then want to go to multiplayer, there will be a lot of stuff that'll be unlocked for you, like new skins and unit buffs. So the more you play, no matter every part of Company Heroes, the more more stuff you get. You don't have to earn things separately.
I haven't touched the multiplayer yet for obvious reasons, but
I'm not drunk. I'd like to say that.
vicious.
Not drunk. Not hungover.
as I understand, it is just as inaccessible to the layman as the first game was. If you go in there with any veterans playing, you will get stomped.
Well, you got to think some of us, we're in the beta, and since your beta progress carried over, some of us have had a month to play. Like I've been playing Company Heroes 2 for a month.
Yeah.
So I'm level 51, and it's total. Like I just roll over anyone who's not, like it doesn't have a rank of 20. I just smoke you because I have things like plus 10% to my build speed for units, for infantry units, so I can get 4 squads of infantry out 10% faster than you can, and that's devastating.
Mm.
But it, the more you play, the more you get out of it. But it's definitely not easy. All right, here we go. Here's the new mission.
Come on, communist zeal.
Well, we'll get a good little start on this. I want to see what's going down. But if things start hitting the fan, I might switch us over to Neverwinter on the stream at that point, because I do want to do both, and this game is already making me sweat a bit.
Are there Katyusha rocket launchers in this?
There is.
Yes.
There is.
Those are awesome.
Dave, if you could use your gun to shoot some peeps for me while I'm doing this,
Oh, you want me to be?
be useful. Play with your bolt again.
Just killing time.
That is a satisfying sound.
It is a satisfying sound. It's even better when it ejects a spent shell casing. Play with your gun a little bit. Come on, man. Hit the escape button. Skip it.
We're off and running.
I gotta say, I do like the fact that the Soviets in this game, I like almost all of their units. I find there's a couple of German units that I don't like using, but do you have oh, you don't. I was gonna say, do you have access to those tanks? But you don't.
No.
Are any of the characters in this game voiced by Gary Oldman?
No.
Bummer.
Oh, I don't even have an anti-tank gun on this one. That's unfortunate.
How do infantry units that don't have rockets or anti-tank support take out tanks? Do you just
You gotta
bum rush
find
them?
some.
You gotta find some. What's
Hope
that about?
and pray you can find some.
Well, tank. If your infantry unit doesn't have a rocket launcher or anti-tank grenades, you can't hurt a tank. But they can hurt you a lot. Are you seeing this? The supply caches that are spread out, the little white circles.
Yeah.
They'll give you ammunition and I think fuel.
I'm gonna go and grab something.
I think there's like 5 or 10 different supply caches in this level.
For real?
Yeah,
Which
there's
I
quite
think-
a lot around here that's just Hanging about.
Yeah, because once you get the ability to
Over
because you see it's blocked out right now, but there's that one infantry drop that you can get, that one infantry ability that's blocked out right now. I think you can upgrade those guys with machine guns.
Yeah. Oh, Dave, there's an ability called Oorah.
Hoorah!
Sounds like something you'd like.
Does that make everybody go "Rah!" and then run?
It does. It does. If you
Literally.
hit,
Oh, there you go.
if you hit Oorah, they'll run faster for a certain amount of time, and it's
Motivates
super handy.
conscripts to move faster and fight harder. There you go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Use it. Use it now. Do it now. I want to see it.
Oh my guys. Hoorah! We get a lightning bolt above their head as well, so there you go. Right, I'm gonna go and
What are some of
merge
the
these
other
guys.
powers or whatever it is you want to call them? Do you get?
Well, there's different types of grenades. There's fire your Panzerfaust rocket launchers. There's Molotov cocktails, C4 demolition charges. You can shoot flares. So instead of your sniper going into a place where he might get caught coming around a corner, he can shoot a flare up into a town, and then he'll be able to see everything before he moves in. There's a couple other, like, a lot of the units have at least one or two abilities. Like the conscripts Kev's using right now, if they get killed, like say 3 of them die in one squad and 2 of them die in another squad, you can use their ability and join the 2 to make a full squad again. And that helps. And you want to do that so that you can preserve the units with veterancy, because veterancy in this game means even more than it did in Company Heroes 1. Like usually level 1 veterancy gives you a plus to, bonus to accuracy, and maybe another one to damage, or sometimes it's 2 of the bonuses will significantly reduce the damage you take. So if you can get a level 3, like a 3-star veteran running around the map, they're devastating. The tanks are super hard to kill if they have 3 stars. Same thing with infantry. Oh, see,
Come on, Kev, go kill the Germans, Kev.
Look at Kev rocket it though. He's perfectly positioned right behind the sandbags, and he's just blazing those German soldiers as they come across the field.
And I've noticed that if they do break through the line, we're doing good. If they break through the line, I've got this little house behind me that I can fall back to. That provides me like super cover.
Yeah.
Where's the artillery coming from? Or is it just random?
I believe that's theirs.
Oh, well, they just took out like 4 of their guys with an explosion.
I don't know. This area is pretty secure at the moment, so I'm going to take a squad over to merge with these guys.
Squid. Come on, Kev, get him.
So what you want to do, Kev, is to reinforce those shock troops, to make sure that your shock troop units are always the ones with a full squad.
Yeah, I've multiplied my troops like tenfold now.
Yeah.
We're going. Oh, and I've got some grenades as well, so bung one of those down.
Oh, and he's throwing the grenade.
I'm going to plant a smoke grenade down. Oh, I've got a team coming over to flank apparently. I didn't even make them do it. Right, now I've got so many teams I don't know who's who. You guys, get into cover.
Is that them deploying smoke or you deploying smoke?
Oh, I deployed that smoke.
Oh, now you can summon more conscripts.
Conscripts, yep. Okay, I'll get those over here.
And
Seems like a great time for Yakov Smirnoff jokes. Does anybody know any?
Not I.
Yeah.
I know, it's in Soviet Russia, whatever plays you.
Yeah.
That's all I really know.
Does the
I don't think
chat
I've
got
ever
anything
seen-
to say about my inability to play Company Heroes 2?
I said you're shite.
Well, yeah. They're not wrong.
No, they're mostly just talking about my lack of suit wearing, my rifle, and apparently John Cleese.
John Cleese.
There's always time to talk about John Cleese. Monty Python's got a new film coming out, I understand.
Does he know?
Monty Python is not a man, Dave.
I know.
The thing about Monty Python though is there's only really the vast majority of it isn't funny.
No, I've never got the Monty Python love, and I know that they're even bigger in America than they are over here.
Well,
But
you
I've
got to
never quite
think
got
they
it.
were in syndication and repeats here for like 12 years, 15 years.
Yeah.
Like for a really, really long time, you could find Monty Python on TV.
Yeah, I've never understood the hype. It's I mean, I have seen Spam-A-Lot at the theater, and it was pretty damn funny, but I'm not sure how much that had to do with the original movie. Like, I didn't even like the original movie.
I mean, The Holy Grail is one of the all-time great comedy movies.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of Monty Python content, and 3 movies and the 1 TV special do not do not overwhelm the sheer amount of other stuff that I just could never find funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's
But
for
I mean,
those
the whole
douchebags, like the Monty Python hipsters are all like, oh yeah, you know, love Monty Python, he's so funny. I'm like, really? Name me a skit. Yeah.
Holy Hand Grenade. That's what everyone goes to. The Holy Hand Grenade and the Vampire Bunny.
Man, the Holy
No, but-
Hand Grenade got so big that it made its way into Worms as a regular weapon throughout their games.
Yeah.
And nobody ever brings up, this parrot is no more. It has ceased to be.
Yeah, the meaning of life was good too. Yeah, you're right. I'm reading the comments from Cobberweb.
I think The Life of Brian was probably my favourite of the lot.
It's because it had the best song. It's all about the song, Kev. You know that.
What was the best song? I can't remember what song you're talking about.
Always look on the
Oh,
bright
It looks
side
like
of life.
Kev's about to finish the last guy off here.
Is he the last one? I think we're just protecting supply trucks at this point.
No, you're gonna have to. I'm pretty sure it's gonna make you retreat and take a position farther back.
Right. That
Because
seems
I
to
think
already do
all
it.
you're trying to do is prevent the German advance from getting to the bridge to the south of you.
Yeah.
Come on, Kev. Get him.
Alright, the supply
then
trucks
retreat.
are off and running.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so it's telling me I gotta blow stuff up with explosives. This is my kind of mission.
Yeah. Slash and burn. Leave nothing for the enemy, comrades.
Where are my engineers? Alright, let's get a couple of teams over here. Engineers, get into cover, please.
Those engineers are gonna get smoked.
That's why I'm trying to get them back into cover. I got some other dudes on their way round. Boom. Okay. Where are we off
Are there
to?
any unwinnable missions in this game? You know, kind of like in StarCraft, there are missions where it's just hold out as long as, or like you have to hold out for a certain point, but you're probably going to die anyway.
There's a couple missions like that.
Where-
And there's a few.
Is it like hold out for like 10 minutes or whatever?
Yeah. I mean, just like some of the best missions from Company Heroes 1 were hold this point so the Germans can't advance with someone. There's a couple missions like that where you're really holding on by the skin of your teeth. And there's a mission for the Germans and a mission for the Soviets in Theater of War where it's survived 7 rounds, 7 waves of bad guys, and they're crazy hard. Well, at least the German one is.
Leave
I'm not
nothing
sh-
for the enemy.
There are some. It's too bad we can't see the weather effects this time, but there's a couple missions where they have you as a sniper, just a sniper, and like 2 other little infantry units backing you up, and you travel throughout a huge map, and it's during a blizzard, and you hunt down a German column in the middle of a snowstorm, and it's pretty badass.
Fog of war in full effect.
Yeah.
An interesting thing about this game that I haven't actually really seen yet because I haven't been playing it enough, but there's a whole line of sight thing. So the fog of war doesn't really exist in this game. It's all completely based on line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and line of sight's huge in this game. Huge. Like when you're playing multiplayer, some of these players never take advantage of the fact that they have a reconnaissance plane that just flies around the map. But if you use a reconnaissance plane, not only can you see where the troops are, but your buddies can drop down aerial strikes and stuff like that because they can now see. Everything you can see matters in this.
Mm.
But can we talk about the UI for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
This is the worst thing about this game. Look at the fucking size of that UI.
Yeah, it's enormous.
It's insane. There's absolutely no reason for this massive amount of screen real estate to be taken up by this system. It's just like even the map is filled with all this extra gray clutter. You know, like the map in the bottom left-hand corner. Mm-hmm. Look at all the extra shit they've got wrapped around that for no reason.
So ancient.
And well, there's no, UIs are super, super important when it comes to RTSs. And I like the way their UI works. There's just no reason it needs to be so big. Like,
That's
it's this
what
big...
she said.
I know she said that.
Why does it have to be so big? Yes, destroy the cannons, because you couldn't possibly turn them on the Germans right now.
Well, I probably could if they were about for me to turn anything on, but they're really only attacking in small waves at the moment.
Doesn't matter, dude. Maximum firepower. That is what is necessary. America.
Well, this doesn't seem to be wanting to die from regular explosives at the moment, so I don't know what's going on. I'll give it one more.
Give him one more.
Maybe I'll plant a couple of explosives.
Well, no, you have to you put it on the other one, not that one.
Which other one?
The gun,
there is a second one. Do you know, I totally couldn't see that.
Look, Kev.
It would be nice if they fixed the UI in a patch. The best thing about this game is if anyone played Company Heroes 1 multiplayer, it had this horrible archaic lobby where you just had to sort of scroll through and hope you made it in. And the new Company Heroes has a queue system that works just fine. We don't have to look at people's pings and a big list of who's hosting a match or any of that garbage anymore.
Sweet.
Well, this is annoying because I just ran out of cash right as the... Oh, and now the fucking cars are coming down. This is where everything goes wrong. Everyone get in a building.
No.
Oh, someone's mentioning Neverwinter and Professions. That's where it's at. If you don't want to spend real money, you got to get a couple characters and rack up them professions, yo.
Somebody's got a car driving by.
Yeah.
Oh,
so when I was in Cyprus last week,
I
took my laptop with me. I installed Neverwinter on it because I knew I was going to have a Wi-Fi connection, and I racked up 2 levels just from logging in and sending my my professions people out to do jobs.
Well, yeah, I mean, all you got to do is have them running profession jobs and then log in once a day to do the invocation. And I leveled up all my characters to level 11 so that they could do all the professions and do the invocations. And now they're all level 20, 22, and they've leveled just off of doing an invocation every day and running profession missions.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, in a couple months, they'll all be level 60 as well.
You have to destroy the tanks too? Wasteful Russians. No wonder they never had anything.
Oh, yo, Kev, do you see those heavy weapons that are laid out for you in the base?
I've just found the flamethrowers, yeah.
Yeah, flamethrowers in this game work even better than they did in Company Heroes 1. They're devastating as hell.
Although it's telling me that I can't pick them up for some reason. I guess because maybe I'm a bit too far away. Oh, we've got a right old front of peeps coming in as well. Alright, get into cover, boys. Come on. They're inside this house.
You didn't see that? It was red.
I am not having that.
Can you destroy the house?
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would switch from Neverwinter to Rift either. That seems counterintuitive.
No, don't do that.
I mean, the thing I like the most about Neverwinter is that none of the content is behind a paywall, which was one of the things. Like, even though I love DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online, the fact that Dungeons & Dragons Online took some of the original core content right from the get-go and put it behind a paywall, I hated that. I hate having to pay for a quest or something. Like, that sucks. But DDO is way deeper and way more intricate than Neverwinter is.
Yeah.
Because Neverwinter just has the Dungeons and Dragons setting. It doesn't really use the rule set.
No, it plays more like Diablo 3 than anything.
I don't know about Deadpool. I was looking forward to it, so I might pick it up when it goes cheap. But Kev and I are still really looking forward to Dark.
I've actually got Deadpool downstairs right now. I haven't touched it yet. I got the PS3 one sitting downstairs. I was going to try and play it tonight, but we had to try and get all this Twitch stream business running on. Even with that extra time, we didn't get it sorted properly.
Twitchy.
So, I'm about to go and flamethrower some people.
Do it.
Well, some houses anyway. So, off you
Do
go.
that too. Do something.
The best is the flamethrowers have this ability. They have a special ability to, like, yeah, that's what he's using right now, to just straight up pour fire into a building and burn them alive. And that's what he's doing. He's got to go around burning all these buildings. Like,
Yeah, man.
the fire effects look cool, don't they?
Yeah.
And I haven't
And, like,
got all of the graphics settings turned up on this, so...
Yeah, I mean, this game
alright.
looks insane if you got a rig that runs it well.
Yeah. What I've always found with Relic games is, if you want to know how powerful your PC really is, buy the latest Relic game and crank the settings up.
Yeah.
Because Dawn of War 2 destroyed my computer at one point. Not this one, the one I had before this, and that was why I built this PC.
To be fair, though, Relic also puts in a pretty low minimum, system requirement. You know, you can run just what Company Heroes 1 and 2 on a really old machine. You just have to turn everything off.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Depending where you buy Company Heroes 2 from, you can buy the collector's edition or the digital collector's edition or whatever it is, and I'm pretty sure it comes with Company Heroes 1 and 2.
That's awesome.
I mean, comes with Company Heroes 1 and the expansion packs, rather.
Mm.
Man, I love the fire and stuff in this game. And and when you get incendiary mortar barrages and artillery strikes, and you can just pour liquid fire over a huge swath of the battlefield, and just like you see like dozens of infantry troops just burning alive. It's crazy. It's just a devastating part of the game.
Yeah.
Burn it, Kev. Burn it down.
I am, son. I'm...
He's almost done. He's
destroying
almost got
these
them all.
houses. I'm gonna burn some people. They seem to be in my way.
The Germans. So do they scream in German? Like when you kill them, are they like, Mein Leben?
Yeah, they do. They do. They all have, there's a whole bunch of little canned sayings that the German troops and the Soviet troops will say, and they'll even talk smack about the enemy.
What I love is that as soon as the flamethrower guys come along, the Germans retreat harshly.
Is there like a morale, I guess, bar for every unit?
Yeah.
Like if your guys are getting pounded by artillery strikes or there's tanks shelling their position, do they like, hey, fuck this, I'm out?
Well, they won't just flee, but depending how you're getting attacked, you can get like sort of stunned and or pinned. But I mean, a lot of the stuff in this game is the type of cover. Like if you stand in the middle of a road, you actually suffer a negative in terms of like how damage resistance or whatever, because you're completely out in the open.
Yeah.
And then there's varying levels of quality of cover. Are you in a building? Are you behind a sandbag? Are you in a trench? All that stuff adds up. And something like fire or a grenade pack that smokes like 3 of your infantry units at the same time. You oh my god, you see how many guys caught on fire there?
Uh-huh.
That was awesome.
What the hell did you set on fire?
They stacked some fuel things around haystacks, man. You don't want to stick big red barrels next to haystacks. Doesn't ever end well.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Oh, someone mentioned Steam Summer Sale. That's coming up.
That's got to be soon, isn't it?
Oh, you know what? Last year it ended up happening right at my birthday, so You
So
know,
happy birthday to you.
I'm hoping it's going to be another good birthday. Yeah, because I got a lot of good stuff out of last year's haul just for that simple fact.
I spent probably this, and this should tell you how many games I actually ended up with, but I spent about 150 quid last year on the Steam Summer Sale.
And you got
Damn.
like 40 games.
Way more than that, I'd say.
Okay, 45.
Yeah. When you think that most of those games, like the expensive ones, are like 10 quid, which is, you know, like 15 bucks. And that's for the expensive stuff.
Well, there's a lot of free games coming because we got, you know, the free games from Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus for the next couple months. Like, you know, even if I don't spend any money, I'll have games to play.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of accepting a free copy of Defiance. That game sucks. Wow.
I think you need to have words with Corey.
It's just mediocre from
I don't know if
bottom.
I don't think he likes the game. I think he likes the TV show.
He played it a lot.
I like the show now and then, depending on the episode, but the game is just, like, it's not broken, it's just mediocre. The visuals are mediocre, you know, shooting's mediocre, the voice acting's mediocre, the story, I mean, it's just middle of the road, we only had X amount of money, this is the best we can do kind of type of game.
Yeah.
But you know, to be fair, I'm not going to judge it based on my first hour of playing because they're, you know, I'm told the shooting and stuff like that gets better as you get more powerful.
I wouldn't have your hopes up, mate.
But you know, at least I got it for free.
It's free to play anyway, isn't it? Or is it not?
There's just no subscription.
Oh.
It's like Guild Wars.
Eek.
Which you know, strangely is one of the only big MMOs I haven't played this year.
Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars 2, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't touched it at all.
Well, I spent all this
Ginger
time...
boy, you shut your mouth. Defiance is so not the new Firefly.
Oh, hell no.
That is blasphemy, and I will not allow that. Sorry, Kev, to interrupt your rant you're going on there, but that's in the chat, and I say nay to that.
No, the
There
reason
can be only one.
we like Defiance because there's a pretty big dearth of straight up sci-fi TV shows. You know, like we've got what, Falling Skies, but there is no Star Trek or you know, Battlestar or anything else like that. So we basically got what, Falling Skies and Doctor Who. Like I need to
say that like Doctor Who like it's a bad thing.
No, Doctor Who is, you know, great, but I need another sci-fi show with aliens to be watching, and I kind of like Defiance just for that.
Have either of you guys or anyone in chat had a chance to watch that new Stephen King joint yet?
Dome? The
Under
Dome?
the Dome, yeah.
The Dome?
No.
Isn't it like an Amazon exclusive?
I don't know.
I'm not.
It's an Amazon like Prime exclusive. I think.
I haven't watched it, so like I just know it started airing recently.
I don't know, man. I ain't got time to watch TV. I ain't got time to play video games. I am very busy.
I didn't get a chance to play Rising Storm yet, Punch-Out, but I've heard it's good. And yeah, anyone who hasn't gotten XCOM, I mean,
It's free on
Just-
PSN now.
just
why
spend you know, $15 and get yourself PlayStation Plus, and you'll get Uncharted 3, XCOM, Little Big Planet karting. I can't even remember, a whole bunch of stuff. It's way cheaper than buying XCOM new.
Really
XCOM.
weird thing about the Uncharted 3 download for PlayStation Plus is it comes separately as single-player, multiplayer, 2D movies and 3D movies. You don't need 3D movies to play it, but that is a big old file.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have a PS3? Well, I mean, then yeah. Wait till XCOM is on sale on Steam, because the XCOM version that came out for iPad and whatever is kind of janky.
I wouldn't pick that up.
I've heard that it's better depending on what iPad you're using. If you're using a 4, then it should work a little better, but I have not
Hope
bothered
so.
purchasing. I love XCOM, but I'm not going to buy it on my iPad 2.
I haven't touched
home
XCOM
and
since
play
I
it.
got 100%.
XCOM should be on the Vita.
It should be. It should be.
I mean, yeah, I laugh, but that's true.
It
There's
needs
so many
DLC.
games that should be on the Vita. I'm still waiting for KOTOR on my Vita.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my flamethrower on again. Let's get these guys over here ready to
Hey, you
flamethrower something.
fuckers! Come on, man, get the Germans.
It's all right. I'm sneaking an engineer around. Hopefully he makes it.
He's dead. He's so dead.
He's going on a suicide mission. Come on. Ah!
They were ready for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with those cars in a sec. Right, let's get these guys to...
See, those artillery pieces you blew up would come in pretty handy right about now.
This is true, yeah.
Well, it depends though. I'm pretty sure those artillery you wouldn't be able to fire that close to where they are.
Well, you would have shot them from a distance, though.
Well, no. What I'm saying is like the minimum range you could fire at is almost bigger than this map.
Ah, gotcha. That sucks.
You know, everything about this game is risk reward, right? Like, do you want to spend a ton of points and build yourself an artillery gun or a big howitzer that you can't move around and costs a ton, and if you lose it, you lose all that stuff. But if you can pull it off and defend it, you can really, really devastate people with a couple well done artillery attacks.
Damn.
And I've been pussyfooting around playing The Last of Us because I'm going to play it during the daytime because I don't deal well with those type of zombie-ish type games, and I haven't had a chance to play it while the light was out.
I have not got it yet. I fully intend to, though.
I've played it. I haven't had as much time to get into it as I'd hoped, but I'm really thinking I'll get me some serious time in next weekend because it's a holiday weekend, so I'm going to play some of the video games.
Yeah, definitely do that.
I am afraid of zombies. That's why I've been pussyfooting around getting into the last.
They're not zombies, sir.
Whatever. Clickers.
I mean, they're not, but you're going after the same sort of horror and tension.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, I don't play survival, survivor games or horror games or zombie games. Like I just don't play those games, and I don't really find being shocked or scared entertaining. But everyone said so many good things about The Last of Us. How could I not play it?
But they're not zombies. You can stab them in the neck and they die.
Oh, whatever.
Hey, you can't choke out a zombie. Just saying.
Choke out a zombie.
Well, I'm taking a pounding.
That's what he said.
See the White Walkers. I don't know. That hasn't really freaked me out yet.
That's because you haven't really seen the White Walkers. They're more mentioned than anything else. I figured we'd get more White Walkers this season with the way the last season ended, with the army of White Walkers charging south.
Yo, Kev, you should really be reinforcing all those guys that are sitting right beside your headquarters. You've got all that free resources.
Yeah. It's only just occurred to me that would be a good idea.
Don't tell him what to do. Buy an anti-tank gun, man. Take out those armored vehicles.
Let's pull in some... Yeah, see, all I can buy at the moment is engineers and infantry.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's gotta be... Wasn't there an anti-tank
I'm under
gun?
orders to fall back now, anyway.
Run away! Run away!
Everyone get out!
The clickers are coming.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
rolling
like a
up
zombie
with
mod for a
tanks.
game like this would be pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I just like zombies and things.
I would love a strategy game where you had to like set up emplacements and military personnel to try to clear out zombies and stuff like that. Would be cool.
Yeah.
Because the third person, first person shooter, a zombie side of everything has just been done to death.
Mm-hmm. There was something kind of like that. There was like a Dune game back in the 90s. It was like Dune 2000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And there were some zombies, like a zombie element to it.
Oh, the best. I think what you mean is Emperor for Dune.
That might have been what it was. I can't
Or
remember.
Emperor.
Is that the one
Dune.
with what's his name who plays Worf? And he was like the leader of the Atreides.
Actually, I think that one was Dune 2000.
Onward Atreides, onward to victory.
Because Dune 2000 was just Command and Conquer with a Dune skin, whereas Emperor for Dune was a fully made engine and setup specifically in the Dune universe. Like Emperor for Dune's the best one, Dune 2 is the grandfather, and Dune 2000 is like the game in between.
All right.
So is that it, Kev? Is it Neverwinter time?
I think that is a good time to call it a day on Company of Heroes 2.
I don't know. I think we might have to call it a day in general.
For the Ramble. Maybe we'll
For the
come
Ramble,
back to
sir. I know you
Neverwinter
wanted to
next
get to
week.
the Neverwinter.
Yeah.
And I would have been sad because I don't have a sword. So I'm not sure exactly what piece of weaponry I would have to accompany that, but hey.
Well, yeah, we'll come back to Neverwinter next week, I guess, unless something else pops up. If I can figure out how to get my PS3 streaming on here, then maybe we'll look at Deadpool. Maybe.
That sounds pretty freaking
And I've
awesome.
still got Remember Me lying around here somewhere as well. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind looking at that either.
Yeah. All right, so we'll think about that for next week. The Last of Us, I don't know. I might have that by next week, but we got plenty of content coming up anyway. The Big Red Ramble is back. We seem to have gone through most of the teething problems.
Yeah, hope so.
The audio on our voices may come out a little iffy. It's because it's a really low bit rate and I haven't paid for premium on XSplit yet. So if I do that, we could actually get the quality of the audio up.
Cheap ass.
Well, we'll see how this goes.
Still, for a test run, this could have gone a lot worse.
Certainly. All right, so we're going to head off. That is the first episode of Big Red Ramble. We got a podcast to record.
Yeah, we do.
do.
And then I have to go to work, so
Yeah.
got to make it happen, Captain.
Coming up. All right, thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.
See you
Stay
later.
frosty, everybody.